This project started about a year and a half ago when I got a call to come pick up some of these beautiful slabs of red elm. So I didn't film any of this, but the first thing I did once I got the slabs was pick the one that I wanted to use to make this table, and then I cut it in half, cut a straight edge on one side, and then joined those two straight sides together to make my tabletop. Then I cleaned up the glue line with a hand plane and the edges with a circular saw. I knew this table was going to be really wide and would be susceptible to cupping or twisting over its lifetime, so I wanted to install some heavy-duty steel C-channel as reinforcement on the underside. The first technique I tried to do this was this terrible amalgamation using a piece of MDF as a straight edge and an edge guide on the router, and it just sucked a big old bag of dicks, so I kind of abandoned it. You can see it came up with some pretty satisfactory results. It just took way too long to get there. Instead, I came up with this method. It involved a follower bushing on the base of the router. It allowed me to cut both grooves for the C-channel very quickly without having to measure anything. After I'd cut all my pieces of C-channel to length, I set about measuring and marking where I needed to drill all the holes so I could attach them to the piece. I drilled 2 holes very close to each other at each bolt location. I then connected the holes to form a slot. The slots will allow the wood to expand and contract. Next, I added some brass inserts and bolted the steel down to the table. We sanded everything, branded the underside with our maker's mark, and then we applied some stain. After the stain was dry, I went ahead and put a coat of satin polyurethane on the underside of the table. A good friend of mine who is an amazing metal fabricator made these legs for me. Here you can see me putting on a coat of primer on the legs and then coming back with a coat of flat black spray paint. I set the legs on the bottom of the table where I wanted them to go, and then used a set of transfer punches to mark where I would put some more brass inserts into the bottom of the table so that the legs could be held to the table with some more socket cap Allen screws. After I had bolted the legs down, I put the final coat of finish on the top of the table. And then the table was all done and ready to deliver to the client. I was really happy with how this one came out, super clean lines and just a great coffee